let's get to some big storylines here. I'm going to skip the first one because we kind of talked about it already with JJ
Yeah, it's
McCarthy
fine.
and throwing the football down the field. This second one, though, we touched on it a little bit. I want to circle back because I think it's important to highlight this Illinois team in the way that they have been playing. They're 7-1 for the first time since 2001. I mean, it's been ridiculous. Brett Bielema has been phenomenal. But I wanted to ask you what you like the most about this Illinois football team.
Who? That's tough. I love DeVito. When you
Love
talk
him.
about a guy who is accurate, facilitates, throws with timing, anticipation, and accuracy, gets catchable balls to his playmakers outside. There's a lot of hidden yards in that, and there's a lot of hidden efficiency in that oftentimes you overlook. Just as someone observing. So I love him. I love Chase Brown, obviously, just a really dynamic player. Another one who's I think is going to be a really good pro. You can use him in a lot of different ways. But I want to go back to the job Bielema has done and both the coordinators, but just the whole staff in general, because I feel like as simple as the concept is, so many people fail to do it. But when you get in situations as a coach, you have to sit there and evaluate what you have, where you can take your strengths to leverage them against other teams' weaknesses and put them in those situations over and over and over again. And to your point, you may come in with a great game plan. You may be working efficiently in that game plan. A lot of coaches just put it in cruise control at that point, saying, oh, we're up by 2. Here we go. They're making adjustments at halftime, even when they're up by 2 scores, to be even better and more efficient because they know they have to. And it's a standard that they have. So I really want to put a big emphasis on the coaching staff and the way that they put those players on both sides of the football in positions to be successful over and over again. And then they're not afraid to take a damn good thing and try to make it better during the game. It's a recipe for a really good program, specifically when you're dealing with the challenges that Illinois has, just location, who they're recruiting against, everything. Really good recipe for them to be a really good football team here for the next however long Bielema is there.
Yeah, they're maximizing guys. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing that stands out to me is they have maximized all their players. I wanted to talk about Tommy DeVito because I had him on my show. I'm taping this a Wednesday. So we had him on my show that I do with Bally, and he's great, and I think he's the perfect quarterback for what they're doing. But he's a New Jersey guy, and I wanted to press him on that. Both of my parents are from North New Jersey. They're from Hackensack and Patterson, respectively. If you ever seen the movie Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman, that was my mother's high school. So, they got that Jersey shit in them. But I think that Jersey is one of the worst states in the United States. I don't think I've ever told you this, Hack, and this might offend you a little bit.
No, I'm a transplant. I'm here because my wife. So you're good. And
Okay.
I'm down in South Jersey. So
All
I don't
right.
know how much
Well,
time you
you're
spent down here.
South Jersey, basically Pennsylvania for other Jersey people that might be listening to this. But it's a bottom 5 state in the United States, in my personal opinion. So I tell that to DeVito on the show, and this man he says, how much? He said, where are your parents from? And I'm like, oh, you talk about where my people from. So I tell him, and then he says, well, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Ohio. He said, man, y'all ain't got grit in Ohio. Y'all aren't tough over there. He said, we played a team from Ohio. I'm 2-0 versus Ohio teams. Like, this man was really coming at
Oh
me.
yeah.
And I say this to say that boy's got some edge. And you can flip it back to a couple of weeks ago. I can't for the life of me remember who they were playing. But he wasn't supposed to play in the game. He didn't practice all week, wasn't supposed to play in the game. And some bitch plays. And he has a touchdown run it was after the Iowa game. He's got a bum knee or bum ankle, whatever it was. And this dude pulls the ball down and runs it because he's got that grit. Like
Mm-hmm.
he is an embodiment of what people talk about when they talk about Jersey guys. And he was really giving me the business. And I feel like that's an embodiment of who he is as a player. I think that he may be the most valuable asset that was gotten out of the transfer portal this past year. And you can talk about Caleb Williams all you want. You can talk about Jordan Addison all you want. And some of the other guys, Mitchell Tinsley, whoever you want to talk about. Tommy DeVito, if he was not playing at Illinois, this is no shade to Art Sikowski, because he is a guy who I have the utmost respect for and how he's dealt with the quarterback situation there at Illinois. If Tommy
Yeah.
DeVito's not playing, Illinois is not 7-1. I'm going on record as saying that. And Chase Brown has been phenomenal. And that defense with those defensive backs who want to put their face on a motherfucker, I love all that. Tommy DeVito is so important to that team. And I personally believe that had they not gotten that dude out of the portal, this would be a very different season for them.
Wow.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I can't argue with it because
You can't. It's the truth.
yeah, I mean they're 7-1 with him under center, so I can't argue with it. I don't live in a world of hypotheticals, JP.
Oh, here we fucking go. I don't live in a world of hypotheticals. All right, my guy, Christian Hackenberg. Love him to death.